guys and welcome Hi guys and welcome to my thoughts on video for Haikyuu Season 3, Episode 5. A lot of things happened in this episode. Like, the last two episodes have mainly been focused on Tsukishima and then a few other things, but they have been fairly easy to, like, follow. Not that this wasn't easy to follow, but, like, we had so much focus on Tsuki that it was kind of very simple. And this episode, like, honestly, when I had watched it the first time, like, it was just a combination of having there being so many things, and then just me probably just enjoying the shit out of it. When the episode was done, I was like, wait, what exactly happened? Because I was just like, yeah, I know I had fun, and I kind of know overall what happened, but wait, what? I was like, so I immediately rewatched it, like, you know, on Crunchyroll when the episodes end and it's just in the top it says rewatch. I just clicked that for the first time in my life. So I've watched this episode twice, and I'm still not sure that I caught everything. Jesus Christ, I can't speak. But yeah, let's just, like, go through a lot of the things that I remember happened and that I just found interesting. Let's start with Shiro Torisawa, because we had a lot of focus on them. Like, we've had focus on them throughout this season, of course, but again, as I said, the two previous episodes have been mainly focused on Tsukishima, so we had the second episode, I think it was second or third episode, also focused on Tendo, but in this episode we kind of get some more of Shirabu the setter, who, by the way, is my favorite Shiro Torisawa character, maybe kind of up there with Ushiwaka. I don't know. I like them both a lot. But I really like Shirabu, and I'm kind of glad that we got his backstory, because it's kind of a simple backstory. Like, he was a good satyr, he was kind of intimidated by Oikawa, and when they were in middle school it was always Kitagawa Daiichi and Shiro Torisawa middle school division, I guess, who would battle each other in the finals of the Miyake prefectural tournament to go on to nationals. And even though Kitagawa Daiichi, who would, a lot of their players would go to Seijo, they would always be very technical, gifted, and they'd make up for heightened strength with technique and, technique and strategies. He was a lot more inspired by Ushiwaka, who's just this cannon who could break through everything. Like, it didn't matter how smart you were, what strategies you would do, like, you had planned out, like, he would spike through everything because raw power was just the way. And as a setter, he got really inspired by that, because usually a setter is someone like Kageyama who controls everything, who sets up everything, but Shirabu wanted to be this transparent setter, a setter that doesn't stand out, which is like the complete opposite of Kageyama. Like, I find that so funny that their setters are so opposite in what they do, yet they're both really skilled in getting 100% or 110% out of their players. But that's kind of what Shirabu wanted, and the fact that he's so down in the beginning of this episode because he let Tsukishima and Hinata and Nishinoya and Kageyama, but mostly Tsukishima, get to him, which then made it so that he couldn't set this perfect spike, or set for, it's a perfect toss, damn, I can't speak, perfect toss for Ushijima, which then of course meant that he couldn't draw out 100% of his power, and that made it so that Tsukishima eventually blocked him. I mean, it destroys the whole point of him being this transparent setter. And he's a little rough on himself, but he gets back from it. He's like, okay, now I'm just really into this, I won't let them do that again. I think it's Kageyama who notices that, okay, this setter is just, like, really focused now, and he probably won't make any more of that sort of mistake that he did in the last episode, even though it wasn't even a mistake. We also get more of Goshiki, and I really liked him this episode because he had a lot of really adorable moments, because the coach tended to yell at him a lot more than the others, because apparently he's really silent in this episode, or just in this match in general, but he does yell at Goshiki. And we also have that moment where it's the beginning of the fourth set, where Goshiki, he's the first to serve, and he's just like, yeah, I've got this in the bag, and then he just serves, and it's so far out of bounds, it's ridiculous. Like, it's closer to hitting the the boundaries of whatever it is than actually being inside of the court. I thought it was really funny. And we have what is his name? Rayan being like, the reason that the coach is so flustered, like the reason he yells at you so much is because he has so high expectations for you, because you're of course the ace that we're trying to shape here, and he just gets so fired up and he's so simple-minded. I really like that because he's adorable. Like, he's really adorable and he's simple-minded, but he gets fired up. Like, he's not like Bokuto who lets anything get to him, but gets fired up easily and he's like, yeah, I will do my best. And another thing I really liked about this is when, again, we have Goshiki doing that really cool spike where he gets a spike in from like almost the edge of the court, and he's like, I'm the ace, so of course I am able to produce miracles. And then later in the episode we have Ukai, who's like, he explains how they should deal with Ushiwaka's spike. Like, sometimes it'll just get through and we can't do anything about it, but sometimes we have one touches, and the way we should deal with that is we just have our middle receiver kind of move a few steps back, because if the ball then gets blown completely, of course we are closer to getting it, and just being that one step closer will allow you to get the ball. And he has this really great line of being, I actually don't think this is the line set in the anime, but in the manga I remember it so clearly. We don't need a miracle, we just need that one step. And one of the chapters that this episode is based on is called Not a Miracle, which is like one of my favorite chapter titles, because I think it just so well entails what Karasuno. It's not about creating miracles, it's about creating opportunities, about creating new techniques and being creative and just outsmarting your opponent and using everything you have to your advantage. It's not about that one miracle that'll win you the match. It's about everything coming together, everything they worked on, because they're all about hard work and determination. I also really liked how we finally got a little focus on Hinata, because I feel like we haven't really done that. And yeah, I mean, he's the main character, but a lot of characters get to shine in this match. So it's really nice to see Hinata kind of coming back and being the main character, even though, I mean, the screen time he's had this season so far has been limited comparing him to like other characters, especially of course Tsukishima, but still, I feel like if you just watch these 5 episodes without watching the opening, probably you would probably not guess that Hinata is like the main character, especially not without this episode. I really feel like it's he gets less screen time, but it's cool because then we get other characters. But we get Hinata in this episode, and we get him kind of dealing with blocks in a new way by having a run-up. And while he does fail once by literally just running into the net, which is of course forbidden, he does have some really cool, like the first one he does where he runs up and then blocks. I don't remember, is it Rayan he blocks? That looked really cool. And then Ukai coming up with the plan, okay, you can't just run up from like the center court, you have to run in from the sides, because if you do that, then even if you don't jump straight up, you can have the other blockers kind of supporting you. So he kind of just runs into the others, and there are gonna be some really fun moments with that later down the road that I've been looking very much forward to see them animate, because I imagine there are gonna be a lot of fun sound effects. Something I completely forgot to talk about though. The third set went by in a flash. Like, what? I was so confused because when they switched sides, that's of course what they do between sets. But for some reason I hadn't just like, it had occurred to me that Shiro Torizawa had already won the third set, so I was just like, wait, did they change in the middle of the set? What happened there? And I was just like, wait, the fourth set is starting? When did Shiro Torizawa win this again? Because I honestly don't even remember how long this was in the manga, like the third set, but it makes sense for me that it's this short, because Shiro Torizawa does win by like 7 or 8 points. Which, of course, I mean, you can discuss whether or not it's a good thing, because it's like, yeah, Shiro Torizawa won the first one by a lot, then the second set was like a juice and they got saved by Tsukishima, and then the third set they were like, okay, now Shida Torizawa is so far ahead again. Which is of course not a good sign. But I was so confused because I was like, oh, wait, what? But I think that's kind of awesome because then we have more, I have a feeling that then we'll see something more than just this match. Because in my head, I was like, okay, so if we focus 2 episodes in the first set, and then 2 episodes in the second, 2 in the third, and so on, it makes sense, right? But apparently not. I feel like it's been a while since I've read through this entire arc in one go, but just found that weird. But yeah, now we are halfway through the 4th set, I guess, which means that one of my other favorite moment is probably coming up next week, which I'm really excited by. It's a good moment, it's a really good moment. We also had some really golden moments just like off the court in the crowd. We had, of course, Oikawa and Iwaisumi being in the crowd, which is really cool. We all love Oikawa. And I think it's really sweet that they're there to watch as Karasuno and Shida Torizawa, the 2 teams that they hate the most do get out, because as Oikawa said, he's gonna be mad no matter who wins because he wanted to win. He wants to see them both lose. He doesn't really care. And yeah, I think that's really sweet. And then we have the Karasuno fan / hater who's now becoming their fan again, and he's talking to these 2 dudes sat in front of him, and because I always found that their commentary was kind of like irrelevant because what they said we could just get them from the characters we already know, but I just really like the moment where the 3rd guy, he's just like, why the hell are you 2 talking like you know each other? You're just here watching a high school volleyball game. Why the fuck are you talking together? I just found that so funny, and I don't know why, because these characters are irrelevant. We don't even know their names. And we also had the really funny moment where the coach, Coach Ukai, he comes in and he just starts talking. Then his former students, they just get all, oh my god, our former coach is here. I thought that was really fun, and then you just have the girls being like, it's the former coach, oh my god, ah! I thought that was really funny, and then just having him comment and kind of think back to his time as a coach, or he doesn't really do that, but he has a few comments like, oh, I see Washijo-sensei, he's really not changed in the way he picks teams, and we have again that notion of this is really a match of ideologies. It's like a full-blown canon versus whatever the hell Karasuno is, crows, I guess. Which I find again really interesting, and I've said this before, I don't like Washijo-sensei, and I know we're gonna get more information about him that makes him a more likable character, but I just really don't like him. So there's that. The other coach, on the other hand, he's quite okay. Right, I don't know how the hell I forgot to talk about this. I don't know if I said it in these anime videos, but I've definitely said it in the my manga reviews, that I really like the kind of connection and relationship that Nishinoya and Nishinoya and Tsukishima have, because on court, just on court, we have Tsukishima, who's kind of like, he's become their center of their blocks, and then you have Nishinoya, who's of course their guardian deity, he's their libero, and the 2 of them are so central to their defense that they have to work together, and we see this, like Tsukishima's like, okay, Asahi, we need to block like this because that gives Nishinoya a better view, and that makes it easier for him to receive this spike that's inevitably coming at him. And I really like that, because we also had the whole thing with Nishinoya being really annoyed when Ushiwaka got that last point in the 3rd set. And he was just like, he's that one dude and I'm the only one who can take him on, because for a libero this is not a matter of height, it's just a matter of skill. And I really like Nishinoya. He's so fucking cool, especially in this match. Like, he's generally cool, but just having him take on all these aces, because he's a libero who can take it, he's so skilled and good at what he does, I just love that so much. I also have something I kind of want to point out, but I don't really want to spoil anyone, but if anyone is gonna watch this episode again after seeing this video, notice Kageyama in like the background, especially towards the end of this episode. just like focus on him and you'll see something that'll probably be relevant in the next episode. I kind of actually expected for it to be the end of this episode that we got to see what's up with Kageyama, because that's like a huge moment. It's a really groundbreaking moment, and I'm pretty sure it happens soon, because there are these hints in this episode. But yeah, watch out for Kageyama if you rewatch this episode, because the hints are there, guys. I think on top of my head, that's basically everything I want to talk about. I really liked this episode. It was, like, as I said, just watching it the first time, it just went by in a blur because I was having so much fun, and I completely forgot thinking even remotely critical and just remembering all the small things and stuff like that, because I remember for the last episode, I was just like, every detail I just sucked in, and for this episode, I was just kind of like, oh my god, this is so amazing, so many things are happening, and I was just blown away. But this was really, really good, and I can't believe it's been only a week since the last episode, because I feel like it's so far away in time, and it's only been a week, so I just imagine that waiting for the next episode is gonna be so hard. I'm probably just gonna go read the match in the manga, because I need more, I crave more Haikyuu. It's so hard waiting for these weekly, I just, yeah. So I think that's all I have to say about this episode. Leave a like if you had if I said anything you liked. Leave in the comments below what you thought of this episode, and yeah, you can subscribe if you want to see more of me. I know this video was really weird, but usually I do reviews of One Piece, Shokugeki no Soma, Haikyuu the manga, Boku no Hero Academia, I forgot the name of that series, and I do videos more in style with this of One Piece the anime, so not really reviews, just like quick thoughts, even though I think this wasn't really quick, but yeah. That's what I do, and you can check it out if you're interested, and until next time, bye!